In this strategic game, players place tiles on the table to create a continuous road to be the first player to collect 3 treasure chests. The game is played in turns, and on each turn you can take 3 actions: placing a tile, moving your player token, picking up a card, or rotating a tile. You'll need to choose wisely to slow down your opponents by rerouting and blocking their paths to ensure you are the first to collect all the treasure chests. The first player to collect all 3 treasure chests wins the game. This game uses all of the resource cards and the player tokens. The setup of this game depends on the number of players. We'll first show the setup for a 2-player game, then a 3-player game, and finally a 4-player game. For the 2-player game, take the resource cards and find all the treasure chest cards. Then place 1 treasure chest card on one end of the play area, and then measure out 7 cards below it, and then place another treasure chest card. So there are 7 cards well spaced between the 2. Then in the middle card, create 2 spaces and place 2 more treasure chest cards like this. Then place 2 player tokens on the top treasure chest card. Then take all the cards that aren't treasure chest cards and put them in with the rest of the resource cards. Place 1 treasure chest card at the top of the play area, and then 4 spacer cards below it, and then another treasure chest card. And then 4 spacer cards on one side and a treasure chest card, and then another 4 spacer cards on the left side with a treasure chest card. Then remove all the spacer cards and put them back into the resource deck. Then take 3 player tokens and place 1 each on the 3 outer treasure chest cards. Place 1 treasure chest card at the top of the play area and place 3 spacer cards directly below it, and then a treasure chest card, and then another 3 spacer cards below that and a treasure chest card. Then 3 spacer cards on the left and right of the middle treasure chest card with treasure chests on either side. Then remove all the spacer cards and put them back into the resource deck. Then take 4 player tokens and place 1 on each of the 4 outer treasure chest cards. The following gameplay video is for a 2-player game, but the rules are the same for a 3 and 4-player game. The difference is simply just the layout of the treasure chest cards. Now, take the resource cards and deal 4 cards face down to each player. On your turn, you may perform up to 3 of the following actions. Place a card from your hand onto the table. They must be placed adjacent to a card that's already on the table, and the roads must connect on every side. For example, you could place 2 cards down like this, ensuring that the roads are connected. Another action you can take during your turn is to move your player token. Moving across 1 card is considered 1 action, and remember, you can take a total of any 3 actions during your turn. Another action you can take during your turn is to pick up a card from the resource pile. This is counted as 1 action. The final action you can choose to take during your turn is to rotate a card. When rotating a card, a player must pick up a card that has already been placed and rotate it in any direction up to 360 degrees, making sure all road paths remain connected. Players take turns in a clockwise direction, each taking their 3 actions in any order during their turn. For example, during this player's turn, they decide to place a card, move a player token, and pick up a card as their 3 actions. But you can take any 3 actions you like during your turn, like this player who moves his player token 3 cards. Remember, the aim of the game is to be the first player to move your player token to collect 3 treasure chest cards, including the one you start on. To do this, you'll need to block your opponents from getting there first. So, an important strategy in this game is to block and reroute your opponents. You'll find cards with dead ends on them. These are used to block your opponents. But don't worry if you get blocked. There are also replace cards, which you can use to replace any card on the table. For example, if somebody placed a block card where you want to go, and you have a replace card, simply place it on top of that card. These are all strategies you'll have to employ to be the first player to move their player tokens to collect all 3 treasure chest cards.